So you and your partner have completed the preliminary steps of agreeing on a topic about which you hold opposing views and having that topic approved by me. You've each written your own research paper to support your individual position towards that topic and have provided 2 copies, one for me and one for your partner. This paper represents 25% of your final grade. Now you have a copy of your partner's position paper and you can begin work. You will deconstruct their paper to provide you with information about their ideas and opinion. You don't have to follow the order of their ideas or even use their exact language. It should become a conversation. You want to demonstrate how well you can listen to someone with whom you disagree completely while showing that you care about what they think, respect them, and want to make sure you understand correctly without arguing or expressing your views until it's your turn to do so. Your partner will be writing that side. In order to make sure you do this correctly and according to plan, you're going to develop a script for you and your partner to follow based on their position paper, where you can utilize at least 2 prompts, 2 true questions, 2 paraphrases of different types, and 2 instances of support. Although you're welcome to use more than 2 of any of these, you must listen to them for at least 2 minutes. During this listening, you may also not change or contradict your own position or beliefs. Neither of you is trying to change the other one's mind. This is not an argument, it's rather an exercise in civil listening. So, let's create a script. I think it's helpful to label each listening response you create just so you can keep track of what you've done, and later I'll know what you intended. You could begin by asking them their opinion on this topic, a true question, as discussed in class. You can write their answer that represents their side of this controversy. Then examine their paper to see if there are places where they state an idea that you could put into your own words, or give an idea with some examples that illustrate it, all of which provides perfect opportunities for you to write paraphrases where they can say the idea or the examples and you can reword it or offer an example or pull out the central idea from their examples and ask if you have understood them correctly. Continue to ask true questions to elicit the information that they have provided in their paper, and avoid false questions that might include negatives like, "Won't that make a problem?" or "Wouldn't that be bad?" and reflect your opinion. Instead, try to phrase these as true questions like, "What would be the outcome?" Provide them with ongoing prompts that let them know you're listening. You understand, it's interesting, and they should continue, however you want to say it. They should never talk in your script for too extended a period of time without some kind of response from you. Plan at least 2 different places where you can offer them support by acknowledging their feelings or the work and thought they've put into this, or by validating what you know to be a true fact even if you don't agree with their conclusion. And don't combine these responses like a prompt with a question. Once you've said something, let them have a chance to talk and respond. Now, you should have a script where you listen to your partner talk about their opinion, and you prompt, ask true questions, paraphrase, and ask if you have it right, and offer them support, all at least twice each. Your partner's been going through the same process with your position paper, so now it's time for you to get together. Figure out who's going to listen first and who's second. Then imagine some real-life scenario where you might run into each other and have this conversation. Is it at the library, the laundromat, or the coffee shop? Is one of you protesting downtown while the other's there to pay a traffic ticket? Be creative. Then figure out how you will segue into the first script and have the first person listen. To transition between the first and the second, you could have something like, Listener 1: I can see that you've really done your research, but would you like to hear what I think? And the other person says, I'd love to. And now you're ready for the other person to become the listener and perform their script. At the end of their listening script, you will figure out a way to politely end the conversation and agree to disagree. As nobody's changed their position, but you have done a great job of listening and respecting each other's differences. Along with the posting of the actual assignment, you will also find posted a sample script that might help you get the right idea. Be warned that it's not perfect. One of the partners missed a response and will lose 5 points. So, now you should have a combined script, and you need to practice and time yourselves. Each listener should listen for 2 to 3 minutes, so your complete time will be 4.5 to 6.5 minutes by the time you include the introduction and conclusion. You may have to add or subtract information to stay within the time limit, but make sure that you keep the right minimum number of listening responses required. You should each have a complete copy of your final version so that you may perform it together easily. So let's talk about the actual performance. Since it's an oral presentation, you'll be graded on elements like whether or not I can hear and understand you, whether or not you fidget, and specific aspects of nonverbal communication that show that you're listening, such as facial expression, nodding, and most especially eye contact. When you're listening, do your best to look at the other person while they're talking and refer to the script to remind you of what your response is. You'll be sitting in your desks, facing 3/4 towards each other so that I can also see your face. No hats, and please, no gum. Don't put your hand up to your mouth to cover it up. Make sure your hair does not obscure your eyes and lean towards the other person while you're listening. Your actual listening performance accounts for 75% of your grade, and you're primarily graded during the part that you wrote where you're doing the listening. After your performance, you will give me a copy of your combined typed script so that I have something to act as backup for my grading. Sometimes you make a mistake in performance and say things in a way you didn't intend, so your script allows me to see that. Now, you know where you're headed, and I hope you know more about how to get there. Happy listening.